Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this live stream. I hope everybody is really doing well, and thank you so much for, waiting for me patiently. Coming from very interesting, very nice, and energetic, I would say. Excuse me. Vacation. It was a really nice vacation, guys. But before I went to vacation, I gave my plan for Bitcoin, and I'm just going to discuss what exactly I discussed before I went to a vacation, and what we discussed one day prior to I went to a vacation. So the plan perfectly played out. Also posted on Twitter that 5958k is my first best priority for Bitcoin, and that's exactly what we got it, guys. I mean, if you really would have listened to my plan, and if you would have bought Bitcoin and longed it over there, I think that you have made a good amount of profits. And we literally nailed the INJ as well. It went a little bit lower than I anticipated. 25 I was expecting, max 22 I was expecting, but it went a little bit lower, but that's fine. Spots are good actually, and that's why we were buying spots. FET, we literally nailed the bottom, 46% move on and upside so far, and I do think FET would be our next 3 to 4x alts in next coming days, so just hold it tight. Further, I do think a lot of alts are looking great at this moment, and even Ethereum, I would like to say that Ethereum also looks definitely good at this point. So what is our next plan for Bitcoin and world market, ladies and gentlemen? First of all, before I deep dive into the overall market, I just wanted to say and show you guys what I discussed before I went to the vacation on 11th of April. So there were three cases that I discussed with you before I went to vacation. So the first case was the bull case scenario, which was here. I mentioned if really Bitcoin is bullish, we really need to hold the levels of 67,500, and also we need to flip 69.1k on a daily time frame, which we which we couldn't flip it. I mean, we tried to flip it, we closed one consecutive killer candle above, but then we were just having a bearish engulfing candle. That was the sign that you literally need to get the fuck out of the market. So on 9th of April we got an engulfing candle. I mentioned as well that the structure looks good, but there is a bearish engulfing candle which is on the daily time frame, which to me doesn't sound good to me, and I posted on my channel as well where you guys know about it. So practically this was our bull case scenario for Bitcoin, and the clear invalidation levels are 69.1, losing 69.1, and we are literally going to go to my bear case scenario. Now that we already invalidated the bull case scenario, now we move on to the bear case scenario. There were two bear case scenario. If you remember, I mentioned there was a schematic one first of all. So the schematic one, I drew this, that this is very valid. We literally, this was an ST, guys, and this is like a SO and phase B. Now I'm aiming for Bitcoin to probably go towards 78 to 80,000. Now the next step would be UT. UT is going to be my next step for Bitcoin, guys. So I do think that Bitcoin is bullish. The bottom is in for Bitcoin, and that's perfectly playing out the schematic one. If you look at from the schematic 2 perspective, in both the cases I mentioned, we are likely going to sweep the lows, go to the daily levels of 59,245 on Coinbase, and that's it. That is what likely to be our bottom, and most likely we are then going to pump it up back turbo to 78 to 80,000 dollars. So both the schematic are valid. So the dump that we wanted, it happened. If you were to bought the Bitcoin at 59,500, 59,300, amazing. I am saying that you have literally made a good amount of money. Hold it. I think the bottom is in for Bitcoin, and I'm expecting Bitcoin to run back turbo to 70 and 80,000 next coming days. So I think the end of April is going to be very interesting. The month end of April is going to be interesting. The first few weeks of May is going to be like up only, and later we are seeing some more interesting dump happening in the month of May itself. So I think let's enjoy the pump to 78,000, 80,000, and after that you literally get the fuck out of the market, exit the whole market, and just probably be in USDT and chill. Whatever you really want to do, but just USDT and chill. That's what I would suggest. So both the schematics are in play at this point. Right now we are lower term time frame bullish. The bear case is done. We are bullish. I'm aiming for 78 to 80,000. The invalidation level is 59k. Okay, so both the schematics are valid. Now let's talk about the pre-number solar eclipse. If you remember, we literally saw, and I mentioned that I'm very bullish on the lunar eclipse, and yes, lunar eclipse did give an interesting move on an upside for Bitcoin, which pumped it up to $73,000. But I also did mention that solar eclipse, total solar eclipse, historically, it has been bullish, and practically I think this time also we should be looking for some more upside on total solar eclipse. But I was wrong on this, because the total solar eclipse, it dumped actually. We literally dumped after the solar eclipse. Practically this whole solar eclipse thing concept went wrong for me at this point. So it's okay. I'm not the expert, as I mentioned previously. We are just trying to look what the historical data gave and what exactly we are likely going to see. So why I was very bullish on solar eclipse, because the very similar sort of thing happened previously as well. But then if you see, a very similar sort of thing also happened in 2023. So there was a lunar eclipse, we got a pump like a double bottom, and then we started dumping back down before the solar eclipse happened. Sorry, after the solar eclipse happened, and we literally bottomed after the solar eclipse. So practically since the day of the solar eclipse in 2023, we bottomed around almost close to, we dumped 14%, and we bottomed in the next few days. So that would be around 41 days bottom, and then we started running back turbo, making up the highs, and then retracing the whole move on the downside. A similar sort of thing I'm expecting here on the Bitcoin as well. So I'm not expecting it to be like 41 days honestly, but anywhere close to those would be nice. So far we are 14 days, and even if you say that Bitcoin will be needing some more accumulation for like 41 days, let's say it will be roughly around 18th of May. So let's see what we can get it. But there is a possibility, in case if Bitcoin literally repeats the whole pattern that we had previously, the way we we had it for like the way we had it for like I would say in the 2023, if the same pattern repeats, then we might be seeing something like this probably, if you just focus on the pattern. So let's just focus on the power pattern. So this is it. This is the inverse. The red is the solar eclipse, the green is the lunar eclipse. Okay, so that's like an inverse whole inverse thing for Bitcoin. I'm not sure if this price action perfectly going to fit it with what we are expecting or we are looking for, but let's try and just put it in the perspective, in a place, so that we know exactly what we should be aiming for. So if you just look at here, this whole price action here, yep. So which also means that what we might be looking for, a very interesting very interesting bullish wolf waves. Now I'm not sure whether the bullish wolf wave is going to play out, but let's say even if it wants to play out, I think a very interesting pump in a backup turbo towards 67,575 is what I'm aiming for a rejection. And if the bullish wolf wave is in fact in play, then that's how I think we might be looking for on Bitcoin. So that can be a very interesting 5 waves on the downside for Bitcoin, like a bullish wolf wave. So now I may be wrong on this, but we might be looking for a very interesting choppiness for like few days, accumulation for like 59,000, maybe 57,000 or so, and then a running back turbo to 79,000. But overall, I think 59,000 to 58,000, maybe even 56,000 is like a bottom. So for me, the target for Bitcoin is not going towards 52,000. No, I think 56,000 to 59,000 is where my bottom for Bitcoin is, and we are already there in that zone actually. So let's see. I would be most interesting to take some riskier short opportunity on Bitcoin. Yes, I would be looking for some shorting as well, around 67,570 to 67,600 with a very tight stop loss, probably around 68,700, and I would be expecting to take profits around $62,000 first, and maybe even 61,000 as well. But that's what my target for Bitcoin at that point of time for shorts. Overall, I do think there are 2 possibilities over here, ladies and gentlemen, that we are looking for on Bitcoin. So let's now discuss about that. So on the small lower time frame, let me just probably hide the pre-number lunar eclipse. So I've already mentioned our week off plan is still in play, It's just that on lower term time frame, we are still probably, might be in a stages where we are, we might be, chopping a little bit more for like few days and then running back turbo. That is a very likely scenario. Probably we just bottomed and we will be running back turbo. Possibility is always there. So right now at this point, we just have to patiently wait for a little bit and then going back it. So we have our limit set on Bitcoin at $62,000, and I think that is can be a good buy for Bitcoin actually. So what is next for Bitcoin? Now there are two possibilities. First, let's try and understand both the bull case and bear case scenario. So the bull case scenario for Bitcoin is right now is that this move on the downside was your wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, okay, wave 4, and wave 5. Here. I'm just going to make it to 1 hour chart so that we can have a proper look. Perfect. So I'm just going to a little bit zoom in. Yeah. So now that we have two issues over here in this whole count. First, this lows that we got swept the lows practically. Ideally it should have not swept the lows, but it's swept actually. So let's say it's swept. Fine, it's swept. The second most important thing and the issue that I personally see is there is a possibility that there was a bullish wolf waves with an ABC move, but practically there is a possibility that we might be actually doing a diagonal actually, very interesting diagonal actually. So that is the second interesting case from here. So this is how the second interesting case plays out here. So practically this is the whole move on the downside was ABC, another ABC, ABC, another ABC, and then we got a move on the downside for ABC. That's like a choppiness ABC. This is the bullish case, which means if this diagonal is in play and the bottom is literally in fact in, and the pump that we are getting or what we are watching to see is the 5 waves, So practically the 5 waves would be, as we are watching right now, is how it would be. Just the sweep of the highs go to 67,000. Wave 2 is going to happen probably somewhere around 62, maybe even can even go to 61,000 as well, depends. And then we likely going to go for a wave 3 here, 4 and 5. That's going to be our bull case scenario. Okay. Now the wave 2 normally ends up with like a golden pocket zone, or max it goes to 702. In a worst case scenario, if it is like a bigger wave 5 impulsive move, then it can go for a full retracement towards practically, in my view, it can do somewhere around 61,300. So practically the wave 2 can be anywhere between here 62,600 to $61,000. Okay, we should not go beyond $61,000. If it goes beyond 61,300, then it's not wave 2, it would be something else. It would be like a bearish case scenario. So that's where the whole bull case scenario for Bitcoin comes into the play. So that's a bull case scenario for Bitcoin. Okay. So first, I'm just going to have it. So this bull case, I'm going to delete it because now that's invalidated, of course. So I'm just going to name it here LTF. Okay. So we're just going to have the fibs in here. We're going to have a rectangle in here, and also we're going to have another fibs in here. So that's our bull case scenario first, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the bear case scenario. Now the bear case scenario, as I mentioned already, is if we reject from the golden pocket zone, let's say I think the fibs that I was having for the bear case scenario went in here. This one, correct. So hold on, perfect. The bear case scenario for Bitcoin would be a lower term time frame bear case, a little bit more choppiness, a little bit more choppiness sideways, practically. So we go a little bit more down like here, take a liquidity, and then run it one more time, run it down like this here again, taking it down slowly and slowly, giving us a one more move on the downside, sweeping the lows and taking a liquidity, another run back up turbo to 63,000, and then we going back down one more time for like taking a liquidity, going towards 56,000. That's where we also have an order block over here. So that's where, and after that we are literally looking for an 78,000 to $80,000. So that is going to be our bigger, bullish wolf of waves actually. Okay, that's going to be like a bigger bullish wolf waves here, which is very, very, very interesting in my view. So let me just give you the targets as well. 1 second. If we go to the golden pocket zone, and if we do reject there, but I think we will reject at one point, so we will be aiming for anywhere between 1272 and 1414. Okay, you guys know better. So practically we would be going down towards 57,680 to 56,000 something, and from there, if this is the top, let's say, and we do get bottom around 1272, then your next bounce would be around till golden pocket zone or 702 Fibonacci levels. Okay, so practically your bounce would be a little bit higher, around 64,000. Perfect. And then from there, if let's say your top is around golden pocket zone, this is the complete theory actually that we are talking about, a complete theoretical scenario. Then I'm expecting it to max go towards 1414, 56,600. LTF bearish, overall bullish. So that's a very interesting case that we have for Bitcoin. So that's like a little bit, schematic 1, schematic 2, both are in play, but it's like a more choppiness, and then running back turbo to towards $80,000. That's a possibility overall. So I'm just going to make this as bullish wolf waves, or you can say the scenario name is like a diagonal as well. Both are valid. Okay, so that's the scenario 1, bear case scenario. The bull case, as I mentioned, the bottom is in my view, and the most preferred scenario for me is this bull case. The bottom is in and we are running back turbo. That's the most preferred scenario. This is my preferred scenario, guys, and I'm not playing bearish at this point. The only thing that we might be looking for bearishness is only once we are losing the monthly levels of 61,343. So practically I am bullish on Bitcoin. I think the bottom is in. This is your generational bottom for now. Not generational bottom, but I would say this is like a bottom that probably going to give us an impulsive move to $78,000, $80,000. Okay, so that's like a bull case. And the worst case scenario for Bitcoin would be, very much worst case scenario for Bitcoin is the whole move on the downside was wave 1, wave 2 over here, okay, or maybe like a wave B over here, and we are likely doing wave, this is wave 1, this is A, irregular expanded flat by sweeping the lows over here, as you can see, wave 2 on this wick, so that swept the lows practically. So this is like a irregular expanded flat for wave 2. Okay, we are going back down, but this time we are not going back down to 57,000. We are going back more down, like forming a very interesting sort of a not perfect, but a very interesting sort of a head and shoulder sort of a structure, or you can also say that a very interesting cup and handle, like a reverse cup and handle. I'll show you. And then we have got a wave 3 over here, wave 4 over here, and then we are looking back liquid down to $45,000. That is like a worst case scenario for Bitcoin, a very much worst case, which I really don't see this sort of scenario at this point. I'm not looking for this move on Bitcoin at this point. I don't have that confirmation as well at this point. The confirmation would be, as I mentioned, if you start losing this order block that we have around 56,500, or maybe even I would say anything under 59,300, would be very, very, very tricky. It would be very, very bearish. Everybody would be leaning to bearish case scenario at that point of time. Ultra bear case for Bitcoin. Okay, this is like an ultra bear case. So this bear case scenario is only going to play out only and only when Bitcoin starts losing 59,300 daily levels, and once we start closing daily under these levels, it will be very, very bearish. Excuse me. So there are three cases for now. My preferred scenario is bull case. This is the bull case scenario that my preferred scenario is for Bitcoin. The bear case scenario is this bullish wolf waves and then running back turbo to 78,000. The ultra bear case scenario is the top is in and we are rightly going down towards $45,000. That's like a bear case scenario. If the bear case scenario is in play, which means that the schematic 1 and schematic 2 both are going to invalidate, which I don't think it's going to happen. So practically this ultra bear case scenario is a very least probable scenario. I would say I would not even give 5% to this, but yes, this is a possibility. I mean, the counts are valid at this point. So I would say if this is valid, okay, fine, let's keep it. There's nothing, I mean, as a trader, you should have your mind open for all the cases actually. So that's what we are having for Bitcoin at this point. Talking about the USD DOM, so we have discussed everything about the Bitcoin on the hot and time frame, low and time frame, what we are expecting. Let's move the USD DOM. Now, I was just wondering what exactly USD dominance is up to actually. If you look at the daily time frame for USD DOM over here, I really don't see anything bearish, honestly. There is no engulfing, bearish engulfing. There is no reversal candles. There are no signs that can say that, you know, USD dominance is bearish. Further, the good part about here is the RSI is also bullish. It's above 50% levels, which is really making it bullish. Now we might retest the 50% levels, and from there I started bouncing back up to 86-90% levels. Possibility is always there, and you know, my plan for USD DOM at this point, what I feel is you know, probably doing something like this, a little bit more chop and then run back turbo is what I would like to see on the USD dominance. So I think USD dominance of the daily is definitely looking bullish. The 2 days chart, if you look at on the RSI, is definitely looking bullish. It literally broke out of it, so it's looking bullish. 3 days chart also looking bullish. Okay, so it also broke out of the 3 days chart, looking bullish. Weekly chart, yes, weekly is not looking that bullish, but there is a possibility on a weekly time frame we might be forming a very interesting inverse head and shoulder. So this was a inverse shoulder ahead, and probably a retest to like a one more time like this, and then once we start breaking out of 50%, come back down again, and then we go for like a big breakout to 80-90%. So we still have a lot of time for this sort of a pump that's going to happen in probably next few months, but it's coming. So you need to mentally prepare yourself that on a weekly time frame the USD dominance pump is going to happen, and once that starts happening, you need to literally forget that you should not be buying any fucking dips. You literally have to exit the whole market. You have to be on the sidelines, and we just have to short the market. Every bounce, short it. Every bounce, short it. That's how we will play at that point of time. But for now, the plan is every dips we buy. Every dips we buy, because overall the weekly time frame USD dominance is still not bullish. Okay, the indicators are saying that we are still expecting one more push on the downside. So yeah, it's a good sign for us. So I think overall on the USD dominance for our daily time frame, we might be looking for a little bit more downside on the USD dominance. Practically, meaning you know, I'm expecting USD dominance to you know, do something like this. I mean, I personally see the move as like a 3 waves move. So what if this is like A, this is a triangle A, B, C, D, E, a triangle over here, like a B wave, and right now we got a wave on this, or C wave over here. So if this is like a wave A, B, and C, probably going back down towards a 4%, and maybe even like a double bottom sort of a thing on a USD DOM, that would be nice. And then we are looking for a run back. So I'm aiming for a USD dominance to form a very interesting harmonic over here, which perfectly fits with my biasness that I have for bullish biasness. And I'm still not looking for, I'm still not expecting Ethereum to outperform Bitcoin at this point. I think BTC will finish its move and later also are going to outperform. Yep. A minimum target is set for like 6% on a USD DOM. It can be a a shark as well, which we pump it back to 7.2%, which is going to literally destroy the market. But I'm not really aiming for destroying the market. I'm just looking for shakeouts. So I think this is the most honest scenario in my view. So that's what I'm aiming for a USD DOM. So overall, I think on the lower term time frame, I'm bearish on USD dominance. Excuse me. 5.24% is the resistance. We rejected already over there. I mentioned previously as well. I'm expecting a rejection from 5.24%. So overall, I think that we are bearish on the USD dominance, which means that we are bullish on Bitcoin. So that's what I'm aiming for to long Bitcoin actually, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what probably what might even happen over here is we might see one more push up. I'm not sure, but we might see like a fake breakout or so. One more push up is a possibility, of course, like a diagonal sort of a thing. If we can hold here, this is a support. We may see one more push up like this, and then we start dumping back down. There's a possibility is there as well. So let's see what it's gonna give us. But for now, we're just gonna play the levels. If you look at from the total perspective, total is still looking great, and this is like a very interesting ABC move on the downside. I do think, guys, that the bottom is very, very likely in. The total looks good actually. So a very clean, a very, very, very clean, I would say, or I would say a bigger, 1, 2, a 3 over here, ABC over here for like a wave 4, maybe choppiness in a wave 5 is gonna happen like this. And maybe after that we will see another dump like this towards something like this and form like a head and shoulder sort of thing, and then running back turbo 2 on the downside for like an equilibrium. Some sort of thing might happen at that point of time. But overall, I think the bottom is very likely. And so again, coming back to my Bitcoin analysis, my preferred scenario is the bull case scenario. I already mentioned the bottom is in for me. 59k is absolutely your invalidation for Bitcoin. Anything under 59k, we are aiming for 56.5, and maybe even the worst case scenario as I mentioned. But still, I'm for now we are bullish because we are holding the very important levels. So total is bullish. Total 2. Remember my total 2, guys. There are 2 possibilities I mentioned, and I posted in my corner as well in the index daily section, that either we are going to form a triangle or we are likely going to go for an alternative wave towards $883 billion, and that's exactly what we did. So possibility is very high that the bottom is in for for total 2 as well. In my view, we are literally holding up the equilibrium for now. We went down, so we just want to see how we're going to close this weekly as well. I do think that the bottom is in, and this is a good opportunity. But the only problem that I see so far here is that the total 2 is not forming a very interesting wave count. So this might be your wave 1 over here. This might be your wave 2 over here at this point, like this. This was your bigger wave 3, and if this is your wave 4, then after the wave 5, that's gonna come probably like a sweep of the highs. We will see a nasty rejection on everything, probably like a bigger accumulation that might happen over here, like something like this is gonna happen, and then probably we might be looking for a run up. So we have to prepare. Even after we're pumping back up, we can likely see another flush that's gonna literally kill the whole market. Probably like pumped 30%, 40%, dump another 30%, 40%, like chopping everyone out of this. Make big, lose big. That's how it's gonna be like. So market makers are gonna make you feel that we are bullish. We're going to run back to 1.8, 1.2 trillion, and then again they're going to dump on you for like total 2. So I do think we have to be very, very careful when we are playing the total 2. Actually, it's a very layman count that I have. Further, total 3 as well. I mentioned 2 scenarios. Alternative wave for $0.618, $575 billion is what we anticipated for either the green wave count or the white one. So the green was likely played out, and I do think that the bottom is in my case as well. I do think that we have bottomed, so we just need to have one more push like flip the equilibrium and then we can go. But over here as well, I would slightly be cautious actually. Why? Um, why? Because there is a possibility that this is like a wave 1 over here, this is like a wave 2 over here, okay, or maybe like this is a wave 2 over here. The whole pump that we got was a very interesting wave 3, but normally what we're going to see like a wave 3 over here, then we're going to see a wave 4 again, and then we're likely seeing a wave 5 like this with a very V-shaped recovery, coming back down for wave 4 and then running back up like this. So I think we are going to see a very zigzag sort of a move, anywhere from 670 billion to $1 trillion for all. It's not going to be an easy ride. It's going to be a lot of choppiness, a lot of zigzag. The rotation of money is going to happen from one basket of alts to another category. I think DeFi are looking great. We got a good dip on DeFi. AI coins are reset. A lot of people laughed at me when I posted my chart on AI, how we can dump from $3.5 to $1.6 on FET, guys. It happened. We literally caught the bottom of FET, like a pico bottom. Nobody could even do such sort of an analysis in this whole space. Everybody was screaming, we are going to $1 trillion. This, that. They were just simply buying and making people, creating exit liquidity for them to dump their bags on you guys. Okay? It's a very clean thing. Everybody can see now. And those who literally bought a 3.5 are so depressed, they literally got out the market at 1.6, 1.7. And we literally bought 1.6, 1.665. So I say we hold FET. FET would be my next 4 to 5x. Also, RNDR for those who bought it, hold. I'm also having an RNDR from $7.5. I'm simply going to hold it, basically. Maybe if it goes to my break even, then probably I'll just sell my RNDR and just probably rebuy a little bit lower, but overall RNDR is looking great as well. I mentioned as well on the stream before I went to the vacation that I think $26 billion for AI is the top. It's like a local top. We're likely going to see 30% retracement on the AI, which is going to take us under $19 to $18 billion. And from there, we shoot up to $50 billion. And I do think we are now ready. It's just like going to be a little bit sideways, more accumulation, and AI is going to pick up the pace. So I think if you really want to make a good amount of money, just focus on spots. Try and accumulate whatever you get on the dips for AI coins. And they are going to expire because the one more pump is pending on AI coins. A $50 billion, $45 to $50 billion, you literally exit the whole AI coins. A lot of people are going to tell you $100 billion, $200 billion, $1 trillion. They are just trying to create exit liquidity. They just want to dump their bags on you. So don't listen to them. Or even if you want to listen to them, have your risk calculated, manage it so that you don't lose big if it dumps on you actually. Okay. I'm just going to show a very true picture. So that's my plan on total 3 as well. So I think we have shared every plan on total 2, 3 and total as well as USD DOM and Bitcoin. Everything we have discussed everything. Let's also discuss the total DeFi. Total DeFi went slightly under, but I do think the total DeFi is looking great. Now, I wanted it to flip the green, equilibrium, which we did not flip. We rejected $120 billion. So now the plan is slightly changed actually. The plan now is that I think we are likely doing a bigger, wave 1 actually for total DeFi. Now I might be wrong on this, but looking to the structure, I see that this is like a wave 1, a wave 2 over here, the bigger wave 3 that we are watching, and a wave 4 over here, A, B, C, or maybe the bottom might be in, might not be in. One more push down is a possibility. A wave 5 like this, and we go for a bigger, head and shoulder, coming back down to $50 billion like a wave 2, and then run back turbo for like bigger impulsive move. So DeFi is definitely aiming for something like this. A push, the whole market is expecting a one more push up, okay, including Bitcoin. If Bitcoin pumps from here, my primary scenario is bullish case. Okay, I'm again repeating again and again, so that despite of the fact that we are having 3 scenarios over here on the lower term time frame, for Bitcoin, that doesn't make Bitcoin bearish. Okay, so we have ultra bear case scenario, which is the possibility is just 5% for now. The bullish wolf wave scenario is still a high probability scenario, like 50-50. This bull case scenario is also probably like 50-50. So my preferred scenario is bull case, because this bull case scenario goes with the schematic 1 and schematic 2. Both the scenarios perfectly go with this sort of a schematics, like a bigger distribution pattern. This is not an accumulation. This is more of a bigger distribution pattern that's happening. So it's a bigger distribution. We also have equal highs over here. So I think the liquidity is on the upside than the downside. So I practically believe that we are literally bottom. A lot of people might argue that, hey, we also have a fair value gap on the downside on the daily time frame. I would say we don't literally have a bigger fair value gap over here. The only fair value gap I see over here is anywhere from 63,200 to 59,800. Now, not necessarily we should fill the fair value gap, because we have a huge support. So probably we might just dump to $62,000, as I mentioned, so $61,000, and probably run back turbo to $78,000. But definitely, I think I just wanted to convey one thing is, every time we have seen a sharp 9 to 10% reversal like this, let me show you on a Bitcoin. So there's like a sharp reversal, a 9% move on an upside, a sharp reversal, like a single candle. Every time we have seen this, it tends to fill the gap actually. So whenever you see such sort of a reversals, it tends to fill the gap. Let me show you. There are practical examples. So as you can see here, every time we pump up, we fill the gap. You see? Every time. So we pump up like this, we fill the gap, and then we run back turbo. Every time. So that's like, in my view, we just have to have slight patience. And I do think 62,000 to 61,000 is a very likelihood scenario for us. Now there's also like a distributive top. So let's just say over here as well. I want to show you something. See. Whenever we dumped, okay, so we got a nice impulsive move, we go down like this, we fill the gap. That's important thing. We fill the gap and then we start running back. So we slightly fill the gap, not necessarily we're going to sweep it up, sweep the lows, but yes, we fill the gap over here as well. We got a nice impulsive move over here and we fill the gap, and then again we impulsive move. So that fill the gap is going to happen. That 62,000, 61,000 retest, in my view, is a very likelihood retest. That's going to happen. The only question is from where it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's just that from where. That's the only question we need to ask ourselves. I do think that it's going to happen from $67,500 to $67,600. From there, we will see a very nasty rejection and probably going to see some move on the downside for like a retest. So I do think that that's going to happen. The worst case scenario, it would be, what might happen is that this move is like a 1-2-1-2. So practically the bottom is in. So this is like a wave 1 over here, a small wave 2, a 1 over here. That's a more bullish case. 1, 2. If we flip it up, we go up like here, V-shape recovery. We dump like this, we go up like this, and then we start filling the fair value gap like this at 61,000, and then we go one more push up on the 78, 80,000. Now that's a possibility as well. That's a more bullish case. And hence I don't want to sell my FET. We also sold INJ, but I realized I did a mistake actually. I think I was a little bit greedy on INJ actually. I felt that's like a bullish wolf wave, so I'm expecting a move on the downside, but I feel I might not get it. I might get it. I'm not confident at all actually that whether we are going to get that dip or not. So I feel that I did a mistake actually on INJ. We got a very nice move. We sold it for like 8.5% gains actually. In fact, the fact is we would have made almost close to 13% as well, but I think I did a mistake actually. Now I have to wait for more price action, but this looks more like a diagonal, So I think at any point $25 retest or $22 retest is a possibility, and we are going to rebuy it. So INJ, same plan. It's looking bullish on a hot on time frame, And I do think a pump it turbo sort of scenario is going to happen for INJ towards $75 minimum. Can even go to a price discovery of $118 to $120. So I'm bullish on INJ actually. I would be wrong if we start closing daily under $22, as I mentioned previously on the trade as well. We never closed daily under $22. It's just like a week on Binance, but we never closed under actually. So I think overall we are bullish on INJ. So a few alts probably we can just look. First is maybe FET, of course. Very bullish, guys. Very bullish. We literally caught the bottom. We literally nailed it. And very few guys can nail the top and bottom. Very few guys, and we are one of them. Alhamdulillah. So I think the next target for FET in my view should be 8.8 to maybe even $10. I'm not sure, but 7618 is what I'm expecting for FET. The next best level for FET to buy the dips would be somewhere around, in case if we get it, $2 to 1.9. That would be your best case for FET. $2 to 1.9 would be your best case for FET. Overall, I'm expecting FET to pump it towards 8.8. So hold it, guys. We are going to let it ride. We can even move stops to break even because it's like a very far from entry, 50% pump, so very far. So we just probably can just move it stops. I'm very bullish on DOT as well. DOT ecosystem is slowly and gradually they're building in silence. So I think DOT is looking great as well. Atom, as I mentioned, till we don't flip the equilibrium of 11.5, we are not buying anything. And then good, we did not bought it, but I do think it's bullish. And I think now it's more bullish than I ever thought. Why? Because now it changes the whole, scenario and making it a further very interesting pattern, or I would say a very interesting harmonic over here. That's a very interesting harmonic. You see, a little bit more. Yep. And I think it's a perfect one actually, very perfect one. A flush leads to a further dump. So I do think what might be the move was on Atom is this move was wave 1, A, irregular expanded flat, B, and a flush dump wave C. So now that once we start breaking above 10, I would say flipping above 10.3, we buy with the confirmation, and I think Atom can go something like this. It's like an accumulation that's happening. In fact, that's like a big, I would say, fan. Now, broadening top. So not exactly the broadening top, but like a fan pattern. You can say like this. It's a very interesting fan, like an irregular expanded flag. It perfectly matches with this whole sort of thing. So I think Atom is telling me that we might be bottomed actually. So where are we buying? We are buying above 10.3, guys. I don't want to buy over here actually, but if you've got the bottom, hold it with the stops break even. Okay. And we are buy above 10.3. My next target for Atom, if we flip 10.3, I'm definitely aiming Atom around $20. Easy peasy. So that's a plan for Atom. 10.3 is what we need to flip. Near as well. Let's look at Near on very strong recovery. Near has given for like $4 to 6.8. It's very bullish in my view. It really don't wanna jinx. So practically, I think any retest of $6 for Near is a very bullish case. I think we are likely going to go and sweep up the highs of $9 to $10, maybe even more actually. So I think any retest of 5.9 to $6, maybe even 5.9 to 5.8 should be bought up. I think we are likely going to see something like this for Near. Maybe even run up higher to $12 or $13. I got a small dip on Near. I was very bullish and I got it like here on the retest perfectly around 5.28. I would have had a good orders around 4.7, but that's fine. I think I'm just riding with the stops at break even. In fact, the RSI is also looking great. In fact, our oscillators are turning green. You see RSI confluence turning green, BB confluence turning green, EMA confluence turning green. Everything is green. So practically Near is on the daily time frame. Near is one of the solid looking alt actually, very strong. Any dip to 5.96 is a good buy. Waves, it went a little bit more deeper than I thought. and we are holding the spot bags. I'm under 2 hour actually, so I'm 4% down on waves actually overall on my portfolio, but that's fine because FET I'm up almost close to 4 hour actually, more than 35% up. So I'm happy. Waves, I think the flush that we saw on waves is like a very interesting, 1-2-1-2 scenario. So practically that can be like the whole pump is like 1 2 1 over here and 2. So now let's say even if it's bearish, even if waves is bearish, it's going to give us a retest of 3.5 to 3.6, and that's where we're going to exit. So a retest of that is going to happen. From there we can probably, if we don't flip it, we can dump like this to sweep the lows to 80 cents as well. So if we flip it up, flip the range highs over here of a 3.5 to 3.6, we will run back turbo like this. So I would be minding to exit waves at 3.5 3.6 at that point of time. So waves is not looking that good on half and time frame. At this point it dumped a lot, so any pump to 3.5 3.6 is where we will be booking 1 hour 2% loss, and I will be just like simply exiting the waves actually. We are also looking for few of the alts, especially R and DR, looking very bullish, guys. I got a bag, as I mentioned. Buy the dip. This was the plan I discussed on the previous stream. You can check it yourself as well. I draw this plan. I mentioned the POC to value area low is where you should be looking for, the buy the dips. 7.6 to 7.1 is where you should be buying the dips. If you bought the dips, amazing. I think you should hold it. I think it's bullish. And the next target for R and DR is definitely something you never imagined as well. Double-digit R and DR is what I'm aiming for. And this is like a very interesting case. Now, for those who missed it, missed the whole dip, I think for you guys, if Bitcoin gives us a dump, then R and DR can give you a dip to 8.3, maybe even $8 would be a gift for you guys. But I'm not sure if it's gonna give you. And if it gives you, you should be just buy the spot bags and hold. My target for R and DR is what FET did, 3 to 3.414 levels practically, which would be somewhere around $19 to $32 practically. So $24 is what I'm aiming for R and DR. Exact target will be around 23.3, and from there we're going to see a flush to $11 again. So I'm expecting R and DR bottom, and I'm expecting a nice impulsive move on R and DR. Just buy and hold if you are not in. It's gonna do $24. 2x is easy peasy. It's gonna give you. Now, I'm a lot of alts might look good, might not look good. One of them is Solana, or you can say Aave as well. Aave is looking great, holding up the equilibrium. It's a perfect I would say irregular expanded flat for me. So I think it's like a fan actually, as you can see here. It's a perfect fan actually. It's like an irregular expanded flat for something, the way Adam did. So if I think if Aave can turn the tables, and if it can flip the $90 on a daily time frame with two close above, I think Aave is literally going to poise up a move for like 3x move on an upside. So Aave should also be in your practically kitty, have on your watch list. Any flip above 90 for 2 consecutive daily close and should be a buy. So it is like a midterm bags actually. So these alts the alts that are lagging should go now, in my view. The alts that have done might not do well as well. Talking about Dodge, a lot of people literally ask me that we would be pumping the Dodge to $1. I mentioned it to them as well. Either we will see one more push up and then down, or the top is in and we are likely going to see a down straight away. And that's exactly what happened. The top was in and we saw the move on the downside. Now it's like forming a head and shoulder sort of thing to me. So now this is not good actually. I'm expecting a pump up to 20 cents, and later I'm expecting Dodge to do something like this, maybe down for like ABC move, like a bigger wave too, and then running like this would be nice. but for now I'm not looking good for Doge. Any flip above 20.5 would be bullish, you know. Anything under 20.5, it's bearish. So hey Ayub, I hope you're well, my brother, and I'm really sorry I couldn't do your work. Actually, I couldn't find a dealer for you, you know. I'm sorry for that. RNDR we checked. Comp, let's check on comp as well, my friend Arbab Mohsin. Where is comp? First of all, we missed Ethereum actually. That's very important as well. So let's also check Ethereum actually. Let's check Ethereum. As I mentioned, you know, previously as well, I'm expecting Ethereum to reach as the equilibrium. If you check my previous live stream, it's there on the stream. 2,881 I mentioned. If it gives you that, you simply, you know, take it. Those who took it, if you are looking my live streams, if you're following it, guys, you should be on a good profits. If you're not following it, then I don't know what to, you know, even if you are, if you are, you know, looking to my streams, watching it, you have to trust the plan, to trust the process. On Twitter as well, a lot of people, when I posted 59k is what I'm expecting one more dump. A lot of people were like commenting me so negatively. I mean, I don't know why they have to be very negative towards me. They were like, you know, your analysis is shit, and this sort of bad words they use actually. I mean, of course, I mean, every person have their own mindset. Every person have their own way of analysis. Every person have their own, you know, proven method. I have my own method to catch literally top and bottom for everything. So, and this is very successful method I have. And I've been teaching you guys as well. It's open. I have also posted a video as well. Now it's up to you how you want to use it. But, you know, you don't have to be, people don't have to be, you know, ultra, you don't have to be bad towards someone. I mean, you should respect everybody's view actually. I mean, of course, if somebody's trying to tell me, hey, T, I mean, I feel that this is bullish and it's going to run up. Okay, I respect your views. But not necessarily that my view or my way of looking chart is going to be same. So I might not find it proper. You know, my analysis will be slightly different or totally different, or it's same. It may be same. But that doesn't mean that you should doubt yourself. No, you should never doubt yourself. So, but that also don't mean that, you know, you should make fun of my analysis or I should make fun of your analysis. No. I mean, I'm telling you again and again, guys, be humble. Be humble. When I was away in Egypt, okay, when I was in Egypt, okay, I went for a vacation in Egypt and then to Sharm el-Sheikh actually. It was a very nice island actually. Beautiful island. I mean, you should definitely visit there, but mind well, it's very costly compared to Egypt, because everything is in there in Sharm el-Sheikh is you know, is in dollars actually. They just trade in dollars majorly. So what I learned when I was there, a lot of my family members were calling me, hey, when are you coming? Your flight is there. I was like, what happened suddenly? They're like, war is breaking out between Iran and Israel. I was like, what happened suddenly? So I was like, they attacked Israel and they're just going to retaliate and so and so. So, you know, what I would say is, let's just be humble and let's just be very, you don't need to be, when everything is going, you know, with you, that doesn't mean that you should be flying high. Okay, stay humble, you know, be humble. And definitely things are definitely going to come to you and it's going to keep on flowing to you. So you don't have to be, you know, just fly high like you got some wings. Because if the God that gave you a wing can even cut your wings at any point of time. So you never know actually. So first important thing is to stay humble actually. And a lot of people also, I mean, I was just completely cut off from Twitter, from Discord. You guys know it. I just went there for relaxing with my family. Just wanted to enjoy because we made a good amount of money. And I want to spend some money as well. I mean, of course. So it's like, you know, the war. Again, let me tell you guys, for those who keep on, you know, play with your mind, if you really want to be a good trader, I'm just going to share my experience with you. No news in the world can, you know, direct the market. No. The news can just accelerate the price action. It never makes the price action. Again, I'm repeating. The news can just accelerate the price action. It don't make a price action. The bots have already decided the plan. This is how it will supposed to go, and this is how it will go. It's just the news might a little bit accelerate. It might just cause panic. It might just cause something. So I would have told you, hey, like what others do with you guys. Actually, they try to make fool out of you. Actually, which I feel very bad about it. Hey, my plan did not play out because Iran and Israel war break out, and the Bitcoin dumped. Actually, I'm literally sorry. I mean, the war literally, literally fucked up my plan. So a lot of people will tell you like this: the war did this, the war did this. No, I mean, of course you have to accept the way I told you. My plan for the total solar eclipse did not play out the way I was anticipating. I did not tell a single time that hey, it did not play it out because war broke out. No, it never happens that way. I know. These news are just a news. It can accelerate your price action. It don't make it. If you still don't want to believe it, it's up to you guys. But this is what I've experienced so far in my career trading since 2017. Actually, it's up to you whether you want to believe it or not. I mean, of course, you can just decide for yourself. Further, guys, most important thing is to understand is apart from being humble, I would also say you have to have patience, guys. Patience is very, very important. A lot of people I see, yes, we make good amount of money. I also saw that during the dump, a lot of people got panicked. They would have sold their portfolios. Like INJ went down for like, we bought it $25, $26. I did not even saw. I got filled for like huge position for like 7 figures position on INJ. It was like a spot bag. And a lot of people, went being greedy. They went longing those, with the futures, and they got wrecked. And why? I mean, do you think that I'm dumb? Why I did not give you INJ call on margin, or I did not even give you a futures call? I know. Because when this sort of dump happens, what happens is they try to liquidate they try to go for liquidity hunts. And that's where the leverage players get wrecked. If you would have held my INJ spots, you would have got out with 9% gains. Just being greedy, you got liquidated. Simple. You just want to make it big in one go. No, I mean, that's not how it works, actually. I'm sorry. I mean, a lot of people are there outside who will sell you a dream, who will sell you their dream. Hey, I'm going to make you 100x gains. We are traders, actually. We are not, like dreamers, or we are like, today I dreamt that, FET is going to pump to $20. Hey, I mean, am I out of my mind? $20? Why? FET will pump to $20. What's the reason behind it? I mean, do you have any logic? No. Do you have any technical analysis? No. I just feel that I got a dream, it's going to go. What to do with the dream? I got a dream XRP is going to $580, I got a dream. So that's what, people are trying to sell you a dream, actually. So don't get caught in such sort of a thing. I've given you all the tools you needed. Price action algo, support resistance algo. You also have AI bots. Now I'm going to make a lot of videos, educational videos for how to use those AI bot as well, because now I'm free. Ramadan is over, vacation is over. Now it's time to back to full work, actually. Sorry, excuse me. So, don't get caught. I mean, this is a process, guys. Even if you lose, it's okay. Don't just bring that loss on your heart. I lost it. One of my friend, I won't name him. He is in our community in Discord. He's there. He's a good friend, actually. And he told me that if I would have held RSR, as you told everyone to hold. I also mentioned to you openly that how much RSR I own, actually. Okay, openly. And I told you that I'm gonna hold it. That's all. I also told you when I will sell it. And I also, when I sold 50% of my bag, booked my profits, almost 1x gains. So right now, whatever RSI I hold is like profits. There is no capital involved. Everything is profits. I already took out my capital 1x, and above the capital, I already took 1x gains as well. So 50% I sold it, 1x in my kitty, and now whatever I have is just like profits. So I don't care now. He told me if I would have just, held the RSR that you mentioned to me to just hold it, okay, and he was having a good bag of RSR. Today he would have, the RSR pump, he would have made almost close to $3 to $4 million actually, and he's now like, I did not make it because I sold panically actually. You held it. You were saying just hold. So sometimes it happens actually. But now that you sold, the point over here is, okay, you sold it, you did not make it, forget about it. RSR is not the end of everything. There are 100 coins out there who can give you that sort of return now. It's just that you have to, have patience, just have to have patience. That's all I am saying, guys. That's all I'm saying. So, I think at this point you need to understand, everybody needs to understand is trading is a process. It's not like everything is going to happen very quickly. This bull run is very different than what we saw the previous bull run. The previous bull run, we never made new all-time highs before halving. Okay. Just before halving, normally Bitcoin goes to golden pocket zone. It dumped 40 to 60% or 20% minimum, 30% dip. It's going to happen. And then it goes for new all-time highs. This time, we literally made new all-time highs even before halving actually. Second thing, Ethereum Bitcoin is not looking that bullish, And now it can give you a local bounces here and there, but of course it's not looking that bullish. Third thing, Bitcoin dominance is in fact looking more bullish. 57% is what it's aiming for. So till the time it looks bullish, how can alts be bullish as well? So the money is clearly going into Bitcoin. People are more wanting to buy Bitcoin rather than alts at this point of time. The worst case scenario and the most important thing here is everything looks bullish, let's say, and even the USD dominance is looking bullish. How can that happen? The USD dominance have to look bearish for everything to be bullish. So Bitcoin looks bullish, USD dominance look bullish. This never happens actually. Either our analysis is wrong or the USD dominance chart is wrong. Simple as that. There can't be a scenario where both the things looks bullish. From RSI perspective, weekly chart tells me that USD dominance is definitely looking bullish. In the next few weeks, we will see probably that USD dominance is likely going to pump to 6.2%. And when that happens, Bitcoin is definitely going to see a 50K. A 50K is going to happen at that point of time. And just imagine if 50K happens, alts are going to get wrecked. So we just have to, play very, very, we just have to play very nicely at this point of time. A worst case scenario over here is on the USD dominance. It can probably just sweep the lows one more time, like a cipher, and then it can pump it back up to 6.2%. This is also a possibility as one point of time. Now, this is just wanted to convey a small message, guys, and I just wanted to give you a small heads up. First of all, I'm going to change a little bit more structure from the prop firm. So we started the prop challenge. We hired MT, and so I'm just gonna have one-on-one with him today. And since like almost close to 2 months, and we haven't even cleared the phase 1, so I'm a little bit upset. But now I think it's time for me to chip in, and probably I'll also be giving more and more trades. And so I'm just slightly going to change the structure for prop funds, guys. I'll be giving more trades in prop funds, the way I played, the scalps and every damn thing. So you can rest assured for those 26 guys who are there. I'm definitely gonna try my best. Shore is gonna try his best. We gonna trade for like this whole, I would say, prop fund, and inshallah we'll try to get you funded actually. That's one thing. Second thing, our prop fund management bot, as I was away on the vacation, I could not have it in the Discord, is ready, and we are going to try to implement the bot. Gonna set up the bot probably in a day or two, make a video on how to use that bot gonna post it, and you guys should start using it. It's completely free for all the GoProp members. Okay, I can't give access to every members in here. Why? Because there is a database, and a lot of data has been collected and it's been stored, and the database have its cost actually. So I just want to have a limited members actually for now. So the GoProp fun bot is ready. The third thing is, I hope you guys are using our screeners, divergence screener, as well as the breakdown or breakout screener. It's very, very helpful, guys. Trust me, a lot of people are telling me and DMing me on Twitter. In fact, I've got a very interesting DM from one of the biggest firm. They want to start using our screener as well, because they thought this is one of the interesting, unique way. And I'm just I just saw the tweet the DM yesterday, because I was a little bit free. So probably I'll just respond to them, and we'll set up a meeting, and let's see how they want to use it. If we come in two terms, I'll let them use it. If not, then I won't let them use it. Simple as that. So let's see. The third important screener we are going to release is on 28th of April. That's a deadline. The third screener is coming in next few days. Before the end of the April, we are going to make it live. That screener is one of its kind, and you won't be able to see those screener, not in TradingView, not on any other crypto website. I can guarantee. In fact, the divergence screener, you won't find that sort of accurate divergence screener for various time frames on any website. I can give you in writing. You won't find it. The breakout screener, the accurate levels it measures for support and resistance, you won't find such sort of a screener anywhere. Anywhere. And I think that's the most important part about this screener actually. That's like, we are building something unique actually. And right now everything is open for all the public to explore. You can use it. But in the Q2 itself, probably by end of the June, or maybe the Q3 beginning, we are going to lock those screeners only for the premium members. We are going to implement, our login and log off, a feature for the Discord members only, so that they can use it. Also, we're going to make a Android and iOS app for such screeners, so that you can download simply an app, 21M Technicals app, and you'll be able to use those screeners after you log in with the credentials that we will give you. So that's something we will work in slowly, gradually when we move on. Right now, the third screener is on its way, guys, and I'm very much excited, guys. We are giving these tools to you so that you don't get literally caught off guard. Somebody's telling you, hey, it's very bullish. You can literally just go to the screener and check yourself and tell him, just give me one reason why you look bullish. The screener, it's under resistance. The third screener which is going to come, it's going to tell you the trend. What is the trend is going to be like? Whether the trend is an uptrend, strong uptrend, sideways, downtrend, strong downtrend. So it's going to help you know what exactly, in which trend are we at this moment. If it's an uptrend, yes, we look for longs. If it's strong uptrend, we look for longs, but we need to be slightly careful because it's strong uptrend. It can reverse at any point of time. If it's in downtrend, yes, you should look for short. It's in strong downtrend, which means that, yes, we should look for shorts, but at the same time, it's a strong downtrend, which means that at any point of time, we can reverse, So don't worry. I mean, these things are coming. And the last important part is, I've gave you the form. Hope you guys have filled it. Your t-shirts, everything is ready. I think we have checked the quality as well. And Arbab Mohsin have helped me a lot. Arslan have helped me a lot actually. And with the quality testing and everything. So we have finalized the quality. We have finalized the vendor. Everything is done. And now it's just that you need to fill the proper details of your address so that it can reach you guys. Please fill it properly so that my money don't go waste. Okay. And also give your email ID properly and mobile number so that you can get your tracking number or tracking. You can get the messages for tracking actually. Also, we're going to have our store live for this on the Shopify. So I'm pretty much excited for this merch store that we're going to create for like a crypto based whole crypto design inspired designs, t-shirts, and a lot of good stuffs are going to happen. So it's like one of kind in this whole crypto space. Actually, I'm just exploring new thoughts and out of the out of the box ideas. The next most important development that's going to come in the quarter 3 is we are also developing a platform. Once the Shopify is once the Shopify is shop is launched, then we will slowly going to start doing marketing and stuffs. Also, quarter 3 we are going to develop a platform where we are going to ask the NFT users to stake their NFT to us, to 21M Technicals, and we can use their NFT to print on the t-shirts, and we will pay them royalty. Okay, so they can lend their NFT and we will pay them royalty. Whatever the t-shirts they sell based on their NFTs, we're gonna pay them royalty. So if they are holding it in the bear market, fine, they are the holders, fine. We are going to make them income, a side income sort of thing. Whatever NFT you have, like whatever NFT you want to stake for with us actually. So that platform is also coming slowly and gradually. So like we are building a new ecosystem, like a real world asset sort of thing with the help of this merge store actually. This is like I'm giving you a roadmap of what we are building, guys, and what's gonna come in going ahead actually. So that's a small update with the overall market. A lot of people requested me a lot of charts, guys, but as you can see my voice and I'm a little bit not unwell actually at this point. So so I think this is the plan for Bitcoin. I'm bullish on Bitcoin on the lowest time frame. We start our limits, guys. We wait for it to fill, and I'm expecting it to fill us, give us that opportunity, and then probably run back. So my plan is very, very simple. Sweep up the highs over here like a double top, over here, maybe, and one more down like this, a little bit more accumulation like this, and we break out. That's gonna be like a bigger breakout. So that's what I'm expecting for Bitcoin actually. So I don't expect to just simply go from here actually. It can go, but let's see. I mean, I'm expecting one more push on the downside. So thank you so much for listening to me. If you don't understand anything, if you get confused, please ping me. I'll with the live stream or any sort of confusions or doubts you have. Also, for those who have requested the access to the indicators, I'm gonna run the bot today, and I'm gonna give you access as well. So thank you so much, guys, for joining the stream. And if you like the video, or if you like the stream, please press the like and share it to as much as member you can. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Take care.